Hey guys, Kyle, the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for Eden Zero Chapter 15. So the chapter starts off in giving us Shiki, in giving us a bit of a background that apparently Shiki has a bit of a phobia of bugs, which honestly is one of those things that I was thinking about in the back of my. It's one of those things where you don't really think about it out loud, but in the back of your mind, you're also thinking, okay, or you're also thinking in the back of your mind, okay, okay, in terms of what Mashima's done between Shiki and Natsu, he's made Natsu afraid of travel. So what quirky fear is he gonna give to Shiki? Like it's just one of those things where only after it's revealed you realize that it's one of those things you were thinking in the back of your head. And yeah, in terms of and yeah, for Shiki, like I said, he was like I said in this chapter, Mashima pretty much revealed that Shiki's little that Shiki's fear is that he's afraid of bugs, and I'm I'm actually kind of curious of the comedic possibilities of what Majima is going to exploit with this one, because they're pretty much out in space, so you definitely know that. You definitely know that there's gonna be that they're gonna be there's probably gonna be like space bug that there are gonna be aliens out there that kind of have that do have the appearance of bugs. And yeah, I'm kind of curious as to how Mashima's gonna do this one. Like having just yeah, for me, it's just having having Shiki afraid of bugs. To me, I think there are just a lot of comedic possibilities in order to exploit with this one. It could you could even do like it sounds like kind of you could even do some kind of a Men in Black thing. I don't know. Yeah, just the possibilities for me are endless with this one, in terms of comedy. And yeah, um, now one thing I really liked about this chapter is that moment where you see Pino starting to doubt her reason for being with the others now. And what I like about that specifically is that it didn't like we basically see Pino in this chapter saying, okay. Pretty much. Okay, it looks like my master, the Demon King, is dead. So, what is my purpose for being on this ship? What kind of purpose is it that I serve? Like, what is it that I can pretty much contribute? These are kind of things that Pino herself is probably thinking right now, and it's what I and like I said, these are all things she's thinking about, and they're thoughts that are just kind of sticking with her right now. It didn't end with just a quick one off of, okay, we're buddies, so you can pretty much forget the past. Like, no, it pulled a reverse fairy tale on us and said it actually addressed that. Yeah, pretty much Pino right now in her current state of knowing that the Demon King is dead, she's definitely working through some issues. And even if it is resolved by friendship in the end, I'm curious of the conclusion that Pino's going to come to, especially since she seems to be holding on to some pretty fond memories of the Demon of Ziggy right now. And yeah, I'm hope right now, like I have high hopes for this, and years crossing my fingers, honestly, that the Mashima doesn't pretty much crap out the potential here. I want him to make Pino's pretty much emotional struggle at least last an entire arc. So yeah, Mashima, you've pretty much set up something good here. Please, I'm begging you, please don't. Please, I'm begging you of not to crap on this one. Like, this is some intriguing shit for sure. So yeah, or or at least make it last. Or if not an entire arc, then at least make it last at least more than at least more than at least more than one chapter. Like, make it last at least 10 chapters worth or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. Although, one thing I will say right off the bat that I'm iffy about with this chapter is the whole thing that we see with Rebecca discovering a new power inside herself. Because and when that whole thing played out, like, okay, I'll say this much: it was kind of funny in the way he executed the fan service on that one. I'll say that I like the fan service. I'm not gonna deny that one. There was some good fan service without scene, but But the thing about with Rebecca discovering this new power, it the thing I'm iffy about is that I hope this isn't another ether gear thing, because if it is, then I think that would pretty much bring that would basically cause one of my greatest fears, which is it would really bring an imbalance to the team dynamic we've already set up. Like Shiki and and Weiss already have ether gear. I don't think it's necessary that Rebecca has an ether gear now. I liked her when she was just like the normal person, but and in the end, if it is kind of one of those things where Mashima does end up giving her a power, then I guess just make it something. And I guess just make it something that really that Rebecca can only tap into under certain conditions. Like don't make it like an all time thing for me. Like yeah, just kind of set limits for in terms of this power if you're gonna do it, Mashima. That's all I'm saying. And B like again, I'm also questioning it in a way where I'm questioning as to why Mashima even needed to do this in general, because the way I saw it, things were fine with basically Rebecca using Happy as those twin pistols. So giving her this power not only seems pointless, but if not used, if not explored or done correctly, this could really just make Happy again just another. Again, this would kind of defeat the purpose of what little Happy actually had in the story, and he'll just end up being pretty much exactly the kind of character he was in Fairy Tail. He was just like the sidekick. He's not gonna be I'm just worried that Mashima is gonna forget about Happy's original purpose, that he's like that he's also like a weapon, that he's also Rebecca's weapon. I guess that's the one thing I'm also kind of concerned with this whole thing with Rebecca that we see too. But I guess for now I'll just have to wait and see where it goes. Again, I'm hoping Mashima doesn't pretty much screw over I'm hoping that Mashima doesn't change a whole lot with Rebecca. That's all I'm saying. And we formally get introduced to the girl from last week's chapter as one of the attendants to the Demon King Ziggy, as well as the bomb drop that Shiki, I guess, has now succeeded his grandfather as the new Demon King, which already tells us that there's definitely more to Shiki's ether gear than what we've been shown and told thus far. So far it seems like the big thing Mashima's telling us is that whoever possesses the ether gear of the Demon King pretty much rules over the Sakura Cosmos, which from where it makes sense in this it makes sense when you look at the grand scheme of things, because not only is this going to make Shiki even more of a target than before, but it also kind of works into what we've learned, into what those pretty much Union Army guys learned about how, when they basically saw like the ether reading of the Demon King. So yeah, it proves that it refers that there's definitely more to Shiki's that there is this whole prospect. That there is going to be this, that with this whole thing being introduced, this is going to place a big old bullseye on Shiki now. Like the fact that he is like the successor to the Demon King now, it does put this big old target on him, and it is going to draw more attention of those Union Army guys and probably many others. But at the same time, I think it also opens the floodgate for Shiki to really go on a journey of self-discovery and a hero's journey too, in order to discover just who Ziggy was. And yeah, I'd be lying if I said I'm not completely in it right now. Like the whole, like I'm curious as to where I'm just really curious as to where Mashima is gonna take this whole journey of discovery that Shiki's gonna go on in order to discover like who his grandfather was and all that. Because I think that's basically what we're gonna be getting out of this. Also, no lie, when I saw the panels of the ship morphing and then seeing what it looks like with that speech bubble saying space battleship Eden Zero, I literally had a CinemaSins moment where I thought roll credits. And don't get me wrong, the reveal of the reveal of the ship's real form was epic as fuck. But I couldn't stop giggling at how much it also seemed like one of those moments where or the narrator of CinemaSins would kind of say that. So yeah, it's kind of a funny moment, to say the least. Yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on AnyList, Crunchyroll. Follow me on AnyList, Crunchyroll, Facebook, or Twitter. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.